Hey there everyone, I'm meteorologist Hannah Fink, and today we're going to be talking about Hurricane Nate that made official landfall 8 years ago just west of Mobile along the Mississippi coastlines. Now the biggest thing with this storm that is noted is it was the fastest moving storm in Gulf waters, moving at approximately 28 miles per hour. One thing I did want to note with this presentation is all information is taken from archived data and information from the National Weather Service, including photos and moving images. So let's get right into it. The National Weather Service archived information to start off the presentation. This was the 14th named storm and 9th hurricane of the 2017 Atlantic hurricane season. It was the first October hurricane to make landfall on the northern Gulf Coast since Hurricane Lily in 2002. Its record-breaking forward speed of 28 miles per hour made it the fastest hurricane ever recorded in the Gulf. Here's a look at the tropical outlook. You see us talk about it all the time on air. Originally, we saw a yellow area of disturbed weather with a very low chance of development on October 2nd. Upper level winds were initially unfavorable for any development, so we thought this area was eventually going to weaken. Then October 3rd, a broad low formed over the southwestern Caribbean north of Panama. Because of this, we now upgraded to a medium chance of development within the next 5-day period. That is right there in orange. There is something additional off to the east of it that is not associated with it. Models did struggle with the track and intensity due to having no defined center, but warm Caribbean waters fueled rapid organization of this storm. Early stages of its life originated from a large cyclonic gyre, which is a ocean current rotating counterclockwise in the northern hemisphere over Central America, interacting with warm Caribbean waters. Then on October 2nd through 4th, an area of low pressure organized over the southwestern Caribbean. October 5th, it was then upgraded to Tropical Storm Nate near Nicaragua. In a brief land interaction disrupted the core, but rapid reorganization followed over the Gulf of Honduras. Its strengthening phase began on October 7th when it became a hurricane earlier on that day, passed through the Yucatan Channel between Cuba and then the Yucatan Peninsula. Then rapid forward motion limited its ability to strengthen further before making landfall near the U.S. Its landfall overall developed a central dense overcast 20-mile wide eye. Peak intensity was about 90 mile per hour winds, and then a central pressure of 981 millibars. It first made landfall at the mouth of the Mississippi River around 7 p.m. on October 7th, and then its second landfall was near Biloxi, Mississippi, shortly after midnight on October 8th. It then began weakening soon after moving inland. Post-landfall, it then became downgraded to a tropical storm by sunrise on October 8th, and then later became a tropical depression that morning. It transitioned into post-tropical or extratropical over Ohio. 2 fatalities were recorded due to rip currents near Fort Morgan. Rainfall impacts were not extremely big with this storm, mainly because of its fast movement. We saw coastal areas recording 7 to 10 inches of rain, the max number being 9.93 inches near Gulf Breeze, Florida. Inland area saw between 2 to 7 inches of rain. Flash flooding did close roads in Santa Rosa as well as Okaloosa counties in Florida. Here's a look at the 2-day rainfall ending at 7 a.m. on October 9th of 2017. You can see in areas of Mobile and Baldwin County, we saw between 6 to 8 inches of rain in some parts, and then in Northwest Florida, same thing. That's that pink shading there. Just near the city of Birmingham, they saw on average about 3 to 4 inches of rain from this storm as well. Definitely a lot of rain to happen in a short amount of time, but definitely not the most we've seen from a tropical storm or hurricane. Storm surge and coastal flooding. The highest surge was 6 to 8 feet in Beulah Battery and Coden, Alabama. Mobile Bay saw 3 to 6 feet inundation. Then Causeway did flood and piers were damaged. Dauphin Island saw 6 feet sand deposits, and then 25 homes were flooded. In Northwest Florida, 3 to 5 feet of surge in Pensacola was recorded, and barrier islands, beach erosion, and sand-covered roads near Fort Pickens Road off of Highway 399 and Port of Pensacola was closed. Here's a look at that I-10 bridge for the most part, heading eastbound, marker 30.4. You can see how the causeway was seeing the high waters at that point. And here's a look at the beach erosion as well due to Hurricane Nate. You can see that there, definitely an impact, not terrible, but it is impactful. It did produce 4 EF0 tornadoes as well as several water spouts. Locations near Butler, Baldwin, and Mobile, Alabama, as well as Wayne County, Mississippi. Impacts from that were tree and roof damage, and billboards and vehicles were damaged in Mobile. Here's a look at some of that damage from a house. You can see definitely some damage was recorded. Luckily, nothing too catastrophic. And the overall stats from Hurricane Nate: 10 consecutive hurricanes in the 2017 season occurred. It is the fastest moving Gulf hurricane, recorded at 28 miles per hour. It made landfall wind speeds of 85 to 90 miles per hour, and peak rainfall was 9.93 inches of rain in Gulf Breeze, Florida. And the peak surge was 8 feet near Bayou La Battery in Coden, Alabama. Overall, the summary is Hurricane Nate moved quickly but produced widespread coastal flooding, wind damage, and moderate rainfall. Alabama and Northwest Florida saw a notable surge and infrastructure impacts despite the storm's fast pace. And a reminder that even a fast-moving storm or hurricane can bring dangerous surge and wind impacts to the Gulf Coast. Thank you so much for joining me for Next Weather, and we'll see you tomorrow.